Wow. I love that open, and sometimes I cannot get it to play. But hey, everybody, Jackie Purcell here with you at our digital desk, and we're going to take a look at some of the viewer submitted photos as well as videos. This is Picture Alaska. July rolls on, so let's get right to it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You know, I had a friend tell me, you know, if it's a video and it's more than 60 seconds, I don't really watch it. So we'll try to hurry through this edition of Picture Alaska. So, do you feel sometimes like your summer is just racing along? Well, it really literally is if you were one of these riders that were taking part in a race along the Ninilchik Beach. Thank you to Gladys Alvarez for sending that in, and check out the volcano in the background. What a day that would be. Or are you just feeling like, hey, I'm taking my summer pretty easy? This doll sheep is as well. So thank you to W.H. Gormley for sending that in. That looks like, hey, just pose this way with the little wildflowers out there, and then we'll see that really tremendous scenery that Alaska can bring. But that looks like it just posed for that beautiful picture. These are some special type of clouds, Kelvin Helmholtz clouds from John Sorry. So you can see that they are wind-driven clouds, wind-created, and those little hooks, that is definitely the sign that that is that type of cloud. So it's kind of neat to spot them, and we always like to see your pictures of them. We've talked about some wildfire haze. This is a picture out of Macoriac, and some of that haze drifting even as far out as the Bering Sea area. So an orange hazy sun. Thank you, Dallas Williams. And how was your 4th of July? I know it was last week, but look at those two little kids just watching the parade. Thank you to Tom Yupa for sending that in. And this is why we like to see your photos, because you know what, they always can strike a heartstring with someone. Of course, who wouldn't like two little kids looking at the parade? Check out the beautiful rainbow. This was off of the Denali Highway. June sent this in. It was early July, but thank you to June for sending that in. Check out that paragliding from Larry Runquist. Yes, looks like it's fun. I want to classify that as fun. I would love to see what that would be like to experience something like that. I always thought parasailing was kind of cool, windsurfing, that's kind of cool. I just don't know if I have the skill or yet the muscle set to be doing that anymore. But thank you, Larry Runquist, for sending that in. Check out the little cranes. They're called colts. Sandhill crane babies are called colts. And these are some of the sandhill cranes that really populate the Homer area. And Nina Faust, thank you for sharing the view with us. Somebody's hungry. A little swallow there. Mom and Dad, they are working so hard through the summer, just gathering grubs and insects to make sure that those little ones get their start off, because you know they only have one summer to grow to full size. Maybe I need some direction. Maybe this bald eagle's just taking a break, but choosing to use a signpost as his perch. Thank you to Amanda. Love that it looks like it was either early in the morning or even later in the evening. Check out the wonderful conditions they had in northern Alaska. This is Wainwright, sun in 70s, and the village kids are taken to the water. I noticed that no one really dunking though. I'm sure the ocean is very, very cold. Thank you, Alyssa Harrison, for sharing that with us. Now for, I know, the summer is fast and furious. These are the Ekuk fishing grounds. Beautiful rainbow. We're waving to you, Dennis Alakiak and companions there. And a beautiful sunset in Shaktoolik. I think this looks like sunset in paradise. Look at those beautiful colors kind of layering in the clouds. Gloria Andrews. And I like that they have some wind turbines there, so trying some alternative energy. Sulawik, beautiful sunrise. This coming from Hazel. I love how the boardwalk is lit up as well as that sky kind of pastel in the distance. This is Butte Beauty, and this is out of the Valley area. Steve Phillips sending that in. So yeah, he slowed down that video a little bit so everybody could just take it in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So I bet your heart rate is a little bit lower now. So you can always send in those photos and videos to our website at alaskasnewssource.com, and if you go at the top bar, you would look over toward the right and you would see submit photos and videos, and that's where you would click to be able to send in those items. So thank you so much for joining us on Picture Alaska. Keep sending in your photos and videos. We love seeing them. And I hope you have well, we're heading into Friday, so I hope you have a good Friday and a good weekend.